All of us wear masks to a certain extent. While some of us can still separate ourselves from the masks we wear from time to time and continue to have engaging, authentic relationships, many of us struggle with being authentic. In the race to keep up appearances, many of us sacrifice who we truly are for the image we are projecting, which is our mask. Now you might ask, what does it mean to be authentic? Well, when what we think, say, and what we do is consistent with our personality, core values, attitudes, and behavior, that is being authentic. When we are authentic, it enables others to feel comfortable, open up, build trust, and develop lasting relationships with us. They see us genuine, accepting, approachable, and reciprocate the same. Hello and welcome back. You are watching our series on Building Grit by The Catalyst. This is episode 6, Being Authentic. If you like our work and want to motivate us to make more videos, subscribe to our channel, The Catalyst, to receive regular updates. So, why do we wear masks? Well, it could stem from a fear of being left out or turned down, fear of societal disapproval, fear of being judged, low self-esteem, or not being comfortable with myself. So I try to fit into a mold by wearing a mask based on what people think or expect out of me in that situation. I begin to live my life constantly seeking people's approval, and my behavior keeps changing in order to please them. My need to be liked is stronger than my need to be who I am. This makes me fake and completely inconsistent in my behavior. My life is now a facade, totally based on what people or society thinks. I end up unhappy and feel forced into situations that don't really align with who I am. I become very self-conscious, and this self-consciousness makes me anxious. I now absorb myself with thoughts about how I appear to people and what they think about me, and I prefer the safety of avoiding judgment. Sometimes, as parents, we make our love for our children conditional. We somehow communicate to them that our love depends on what they do or how they perform, and that they have to earn our love. This critical side translates into that little voice in their heads that constantly criticizes them and pulls them down. Unconditional love is very important for a child, and love should not depend on them excelling in school, sports, or being well behaved. Withholding love should never be exercised, as it is very damaging to their well-being and development. Now, if our parents did that with us, let's break the cycle for our children. Raise them to be authentic and true to themselves, and not be looking out to constantly please us. You may have heard this before. The people we surround ourselves with impact our well-being. Let's stop and reflect. Am I surrounded by people that contribute to my unhappiness, negativity, and anger? If yes, then it is time to sever these destructive ties and surround ourselves with people who support my dreams, appreciate and encourage me, contribute to my happiness, as well as my positive frame of mind. Think about how much time and energy we spend trying to live up to expectations, and what a strain that is on ourselves. I would prefer to live my life authentically, doing the things I want to, rather than wake up one morning and regret giving up the chance to live my life on my own terms. All human beings need a positive, healthy, nurturing environment, and we need to experience a sense of belonging in order to grow and flourish. Often, our decisions are also based on external things like wealth, power, position, and of course, other people's expectations. this can also lead to a life of inauthenticity. We need to strike a balance. After all, if you actually dare to admit it, putting up a facade constantly is exhausting and stressful. It also damages us physically and mentally. Now, although people will always have an opinion on how I should live my life, the truth is that these very people don't really care about me. Also, my reality doesn't change on the basis of what people think about me. So, if their opinion is not in line with my beliefs, their opinion should not concern me. I can refuse to let it in and bother me. What should concern me though is what makes me truly happy, what drives me, what pushes me to be better. It means following my passions, using my natural abilities, strengths and talents to excel. If I focus on my individuality, my deepest convictions, what I think, what I feel, my decisions will have more clarity and will take me one step closer to being authentic. Another aspect to consider is how authentically do I communicate? Am I passive-aggressive in my communication? When sarcasm and dishonesty are part of my communication, it prevents people from also being authentic with me. On the contrary, if I am assertive, have open, honest communications, express my feelings, opinions and ideas empathetically, people will also feel encouraged to speak their minds. There will be greater transparency, depth and authenticity in my relationships. My behavior will be consistent and I will become trustworthy and reliable. The people I now attract, like an incredible magnet, will be those who fully, truly appreciate me for who I am, personally as well as professionally. Now, when we are authentic, our lives become fulfilling and meaningful. This creates a ripple effect. We begin to trust our judgments, which then increases our self-confidence, ultimately strengthens our belief that we can overcome any setback by tapping into our abundant creativity. Now, all of this manifests in our ability to motivate and inspire people. A 2008 study published in the Journal of Counseling Psychology found that people who are more authentic feel happier and have higher self-esteem. It improves our self-worth and enhances self-respect. So, how do you get there? By turning inward. Through reflection, spending some time to discover who you truly are. Through introspection. You then embrace and accept the person you discover unapologetically. Find your inner voice, listen to your hopes and dreams. Refuse to be pushed around and take responsibility for your actions and decisions. Seek out new experiences and opportunities. Your authenticity will definitely be experienced by others in your relationships and in the way you communicate with them. Ask yourself, when was the last time you posed in front of the camera and did not apply a filter to the picture? When was the last time you engaged in activities that were challenging for you? When was the last time you expressed gratitude for who you truly are? When was the last time you dared just to be yourself, your authentic you? It's time to change all of that now. Alright, so it's time for this week's action steps. This week's action steps are adapted from Tegan Trovato, a global talent expert and founder of Workplace Forward. Take an A4 size paper and use the landscape orientation to make 4 columns. Now, label the first column, how my co-workers and acquaintances describe me. Label the second column, how my immediate family describes me. Label the third column, who I tell myself I am. Label the last column, who I am afraid to tell myself I am. Now, while noting your thoughts in each of the columns, hide the remaining columns so you are not distracted. Continue working through all the columns, and when you finish, you must compare your answers in each of the columns. The most revealing column, where the magic happens, is usually the one titled, Who I Am Afraid to Tell Myself I Am. So this will give you an insight into who you truly are. This is crucial to know who we are and see the gaps. This is when we can decide what and when to change. I hope you have found this episode useful. Put in the work, make the effort, and see the difference. See you next week for episode 7, Me version X.0, Continual Improvement. If you are struggling with any personal challenges, reach out to us. We would be happy to help. Share your experiences in the comments section below. Stay blessed always.